Rather, it appears, as I have said, that their purpose simply grew, inkling out of their conversation, enfilading their minds and establishing itself as the project. And once this stage was reached, all other propositions or organizations lost, from that moment, any chance they may have had of tapping the Foxfield wealth. His lordship became finally uninterested in proposals to pour money down other people's drains. He had invented, or discovered, a culvert quite his own. And this concludes another chapter of, I don't know, some random thing I'm probably going to give my father for Christmas. Perhaps we'll continue that next week. Welcome to another shamefully late Purblind Gamer stream, coming on the heels of myriad tech issues and other issues, life issues. But I hope everybody has had a good weekend. I feel like I got nothing done. And I lost my phone, basically. But I'm getting it back, so that's good. If I have to do involving phone calls. And work may text me. They can't text me tonight because I don't have my phone back yet. And I know, as I talked about a bit last stream, OBS has suddenly taken to not recognizing my camera. And when I try to view camera properties or add another video capture device, freezing and crashing. We're still working on that part. But I couldn't get it to recognize the camera again tonight, and I figured out exactly what it was finally. I have to let the computer sit idle for a set amount of time, and then the computer doesn't go to sleep, but the monitor goes to sleep, I think. And when I wake that up, then the camera is working fine in OBS. But if I put the computer to sleep and then wake it up, the camera isn't recognized. That would be silly. Maybe that's a clue to how to fix this long term. It's just frustrating because it's like it spontaneously happened yesterday after working fine for such a long time. Computers. When I was fixing the microphone settings, which spontaneously stopped working, on Wednesday I did something else, and it still seems like the microphone is quieter. And I hope that's all in my head and everybody can hear me. Thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams, too. On yesterday, we played more of Haunted PS1 Demo Disc 2021, finished the first floor, and we missed Wednesday, but on Sunday we finished Doom 64, the base game, and started the Lost Levels. And I'm still seem to be getting over a pesky cold, but just mild congestion. Thank you. Oh, right. And I just had a thought. I could start streaming with the full countdown like before, at the start of my stream, but then only start recording when there's a few seconds left, because nobody needs to see the full countdown in the VODs on YouTube. Yeah, just thought of that. Anyway, and just to remind everybody, we just started a new community challenge, which should hopefully be fun if enough people want me to show random promotional VHS tapes and such that I have acquired in my rambles. Hey, Captain Thaco, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Oh, and thank you for your contribution to the challenge. Yes, I realize it's difficult since we don't have I missed one stream already, but I think we can still make the challenge successful. And by this time next week, I'll be home with my family in Virginia, so I'll have to do some fun holiday streams. But as for gray matter, I think we're pretty far into the game, but basically we play as two-player characters, a young goth magician and a brilliant neurobiologist who was disfigured in an accident. And the neurobiologist has been conducting experiments with the magician and various other university students, which seem to have strange consequences, like telling them to, hypnotizing them into thinking they're exercising by swimming, and then the pool at the local university turns red, and eyewitnesses say that it appears that there is a human form swimming through the water where there is no human there, and that caused the water to turn red. And in our last stream, Sam, the magician, convinced all the other students to continue with the experiments and found out that each of them has their own secrets. Let's see. Charles lied about knowing Dr. Styles, and also the person we think is Charles may not actually be the real Charles, but someone stealing his identity. And Angela lied about seeing Dr. Styles at a time when she couldn't have possibly seen him. Malik is working for Dr. Styles' nemesis in the neurobiology department. Harvey is secretly writing a movie based on Dr. Styles and portraying him in an unflattering light. And Helena... What exactly was her secret? Well, she had a mysterious locked box under her bed. And if that doesn't make her suspicious, I don't know what does. Also, the way she keeps throwing herself at Charles. But in the end, Sam was able to manipulate them into all agreeing they would do the experiment, or continue it. And Dr. Styles is also doing experiments to try and sort of make contact with his dead wife who died in an accident, which disfigured him. And he was able to, potentially, and learned that there was something peculiar about the accident, and also that in a picture taken of the night of the accident, he seemed to see something in the background watching him and his wife. And just at the end of last stream, he believes the ghost of his wife's spirit or something approached him in the shower. And that's about where we pick up. And hey, Stock for Water, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Almost 11 hours. The actual playtime.
Laura used to brush her hair every night before bed.
I want to take a closer look here.
There's nothing in there now. Was Laura really here this morning? I don't need a towel.
This is just the start of the chapter. Do we know what we're supposed to do? Oops. Yeah, maybe we should go talk to the housekeeper. I wonder if this is taking place during the previous day when Sam was breaking and entering and gambling and cheating at Oxford. As she does.
Laura looked so elegant in that portrait.
Good morning. How was your breakfast?
Fine. Is Samantha in?
She's at university. Would you like me to call her?
Actually, I prefer not to be disturbed. If she comes in, tell her that, will you?
Of course.
Tell her that anyway. I don't like her. Anything new here?
It's a business card from
Yeah.
Simon's business card with his phone number.
We've already got those numbers. Maybe I should just head down to the lab.
There's been a presence in the house.
I think this is from today. Laura physically touched me this morning while I showered. Her hand touched me and moved as if alive. Lasted about 3 seconds. Samantha saw Laura at the top of the stairs in the foyer. She was wearing the white dress. The faithful housekeeper denied existence. Appointment with Dr. Muskin. Check RNG device. Repeat memory exercise for new session with Laura. Use one of Laura's favorite places for inspiration.
It's old.
My thing is not going to be a Zoom meeting with Ruskin. That's just Ruskin's book. Oh, there. Basement hall, I see. There's the phone appointment with Ruskin? Or Ramuskin? Oh, I don't have a cell phone.
I don't need to call right now.
Hello. Everything all right?
Fine, thanks.
Looks like some sort of big mysterious beaker in the middle of the cabinet, in the middle of the counter.
You were with Laura and me since our marriage. What would you say were some of Laura's favourite places?
Oh, she loved that chair up in your bedroom. She'd have to have tea curled up there with a book. Oh, and the back garden.
I mean further out, not the house.
Your cottage at the lake. Oh, and that park. Timmins. The one that she did all the watercolours off. Oh, Lord, she loved that place.
Timmins, of course. Thank you.
Timmins Park.
That's
Oh,
my
no,
old
that's-
consulting office.
Right.
There's nothing in there that I want.
I just assume that we're supposed to do these things in the order listed on the board. Oh, we can click on
I
it.
arranged to see Dr. Ramuskin today. I'm hoping he'll have some insight into the events with Laura. I arranged to see Dr. Ramuskin. I arranged to see Dr. Ramuskin today.
To only talk about the first one.
There's been a presence in the house.
Yeah, he's got a camera.
I don't need to make a new video log right now, but I want to review the ones that are on my computer.
But he does
I don't
want
need to make a new video. Laura's presence in the house has continued. I've decided to begin a new experiment to study the effects of imagination. I'll use students as subjects and my fMRI. My hope is to record data on the areas of the brain involved in detailed visualizations. Perhaps using biofeedback, I can train myself to stimulate the same area in my own brain and thus increase the power of my sessions in the tank. This may, in turn, give more energy to Laura.
We've seen all that before. I don't know why he's saying he wants to review them. Oh. Well, it's as simple as that, I suppose. Be overthinking everything.
Dr. Stiles, it's very good to meet you.
Sorry to disturb you.
It's an honor. I remember when your Scientific American article came out. My colleagues and I were thrilled to see such open-mindedness in a leading neurobiologist.
As you can see, things have deteriorated since then.
Please, come inside. On the phone, it sounded important.
Oxford were that pleased that we were open-minded.
One thing you learn as a neurobiologist is that reality is subjective, like the story of the blind man and the elephant. One of my patients had a brain tumor and became convinced his wife was an alien in disguise. Everyone else saw an everyday housewife. He saw something horrible. What clues do we pick up from our environment every day that tell us how to perceive the world? One man sees a pile of logs, another a sleeping giant.
Perception is a slippery thing.
My wife, Laura, died in 2002, but the reality I chose was to keep her alive, in my mind and in my heart. I started experiments in an isolation tank to bring back as many memories of her as possible, even the small and subtle ones. And I didn't give a toss what anyone thought.
And now?
The thing I didn't foresee was that Laura might actually come back.
I've suddenly got quite a chill. Perhaps you'll start from the beginning while I light the fire.
No fire, please.
Please forgive me. I'll call for some tea. I'm quite anxious to hear what you have to say, Dr. Stiles. If you'd start at the beginning, please. It sounds fascinating. I've never performed any experiments with an isolation tank myself, but they may well concentrate certain energies. I'd be happy to help in any way I can. And I'd be very interested in your theories on the phenomenon, as a neurobiologist, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, Wirebrain, how was... Were you the one who was telling me you were going on a long car trip? Or am I getting confused?
In cases that you're familiar with of hauntings, is it typical for the deceased to obsess over their deaths?
I'd say so, particularly if it was violent.
Laura keeps communicating about the accident, but I'm not sure if there's really something there or if she's just fixated on that moment out of shock.
I know you'll leave no stone unturned finding out. If there's nothing to it, it will be clear soon enough.
Yes, of course.
This seems like there is, though.
Have you heard of any similar hauntings, for lack of a better word?
Some of the elements, such as the way Laura communicated with you in the tank and the RNG message. These sound like classic communiques from the spirit world. But other things you've described, the moved nightgown, the form under the sheets, and most particularly the events at the university, those sound like PK activity, telekinesis, objects being moved with the power of the mind. Are you positive all these manifestations are Laura?
Of course. One paranormal source is remarkable enough, much less two different ones. Don't you agree?
You have a point.
I don't know. He doesn't know about whatever the thing was that attacked the first assistant. And
Studies done with dying and comatose patients have provided some interesting clues about consciousness. There are authenticated cases of the mind projecting itself from the body, witnessing things that occurred far away. If the mind can project itself from the body, then it's possible for consciousness to survive physical death.
Do you have a scientific explanation for how that might work?
Quantum theory suggests that three-dimensional space and time are essentially created by the brain in order to organize the masses of data that make up reality. The brain operates like a translation device, in the same way that a television set organizes bits of electronic data into an image. If the human brain creates space and time, then theoretically the brain could project the mind into the past or future, making itself essentially immortal.
That's astonishing. I hope you intend to publish on this theory.
I'm still conducting my research.
That's pretty wild to think about it.
Is there any connection between psi activity and heat or fire?
Yes. Telekinesis in particular is very elemental. There's a classic poltergeist case that involved a young girl in the American heartland. The manifestations in her household all revolved around water. Water running down the walls of the house, seeping out of the wallpaper and welling up from the floors. Another classic telekinesis phenomenon is raining stones. And I recall reading about a shaman in East Africa who could make his victims burst into flames. It would all suggest that telekinetic powers are drawn from the earth. But I'm not aware of any studies done on the subject.
Raining stones. I think that was a real incident. They also incorporated into one character's backstory in the Haunting, or The Haunting of Hill House, as the book was called.
Can you tell me more about the East African shaman?
I'll tell you what I remember. It's a well-documented case from the early 1900s, researched by a member of the Society for Psychical Research. He was traveling in Africa when he ran across this shaman. He put the man through a variety of tests and reached the conclusion that the shaman was projecting electricity at strong enough levels to literally start fires, predictably and reliably. This notion seemed confirmed by the odd fact that when the shaman was wet, his fire-starting ability didn't work. Of course, in those days, experiments in electricity were all the rage, so you have to take that into consideration. Still, he made a compelling case.
I'm wondering if the events on campus aren't some kind of psychic residue from Laura's attempts to come through. If she's generating energy, it might get channeled in unpredictable ways.
I can't say, of course, but the energy involved in the campus events is so unusually powerful. It's unlike any spiritual communication I've ever heard of.
But you said yourself you've never dealt with a case that involved an isolation tank.
True. I'm quite curious to see where this is all heading, Dr. Stiles.
It sounds like Stiles isn't telling Ramuskin the whole story
Thank you for your expertise, Doctor.
about the students.
There's one more thing. I was hoping you could give me some advice on how I might help Laura. Help her come through.
Dr. Stiles, I'm not sure what you mean by coming through. Earthbound spirits are trapped here because of some unresolved trauma or an inability to accept their own deaths. The goal in such a scenario is to free the spirit so that he or she can move on.
Move on? To what? Oblivion? I mean, what if Laura could be brought back?
But
Does she want to
what
be?
body would she inhabit? How could she interact with our world? All religions believe that there is some kind of afterlife, and
Yes, thank you, Doctor. I'm afraid it's getting quite late. I must go.
I do hope you'll keep in touch. I'd like to know how this develops.
Of course. Good day.
Somebody doesn't want to talk
Goodbye.
about the afterlife. Should we poke about the park?
Look, Mummy, it's a monster.
Shh, sweetheart.
You really want to see a monster, child? I'd be happy to hide behind the bushes and pop out at you.
There's nothing on the park schedule for today. Good, that means fewer people. I remember the park, but it's quite vague. Where should I go? This way leads to the lake. I remember the park, but the main track is down there.
Is there a hole in that tree? Oh.
This is the tree. I carved our initials here on a summer day.
Let's see. There's only one tree that's actually important. Team 8.
Just a carving in the tree. Doesn't remind me of anything.
I wonder if that's a reference to something.
I don't think that sitting on this bench could trigger any particular memory. I should try something else.
Can't tell exactly
This
what it
carving
says.
means nothing to me.
Anyway.
I don't need to take a boat now. The water is calm today.
It's a beautiful view. Oh, the music's diegetic.
£3 an hour. Lucrative business. They rent boats here.
Oh, no, you have to have a bit of an overhead.
I recognize him. He's been in this park for years.
Just, I hate to interrupt him.
I have a request. There's an old Italian song you used to play. Santa Lucia.
Grazie, grazie. I know you. You used to come here with your wife. Bellissima.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
She's not with you today.
Not yet. Will you play it?
It would be my
Not
pleasure.
yet. Kind of catchy. Thank you.
The river has dried up with time.
I was going to say it didn't seem like much of a river.
I didn't remember these woods as being so dense. We loved to sit on that bench and listen to the river flow. Now Laura's gone. And the river, too. Laura loved that fountain. We sat on that bench for hours. Laura was the only person who could ever convince me to relax.
Where's Styles? See the couple on the bench. Oh, there he is. I'm behind him. Check out the playground.
I always thought we'd bring our own children here someday. Things change. I never understood why they put these statues near a playground. I guess you're never too young for art appreciation.
Yeah, that's a good question. How much do
I
the
always
children
thought we'd
appreciate
bring
it?
our own children here someday.
Is that a lion or something?
I never understood why they put these statues. Ice cream. Laura's favorite was orange flavored. That little girl called me a monster. Smart kid.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Doctor. Yes, I'll take one ice cream to go, and could you wrap it up so I can take it home and eat it before climbing into a tank and trying to make communication with my dead wife?
I want one of those orange-flavored lollies you used to sell. There was vanilla inside.
What, you mean like an orange mivvy?
That's it.
Nivy? Is that what he said?
There you go. Don't you like want your change?
Keep it.
Apples. That's peculiar.
Apples.
Oh, that was informative. Bridge. Is that where we enter? Yes. Greenhouse. Huh?
The old greenhouse. Laura didn't like it. Always crowded and hot like hell.
Hey, Dangerous Dave.
The old greenhouse.
Welcome in. How are you tonight?
Laura loved the lake.
That's why this park was her favorite.
Ha. No, not tonight. We'll be back to the haunted PS1, though. Another night. Yeah. I'm mostly doing that on the short horror Saturdays. Yeah, it's...
The old green.
I can't even talk about the rose garden.
A rose garden? That must be recent. I don't remember that.
But it's been going okay. I have lost my phone, but I'm going to be able to get it back. And yeah, I had trouble with OBS, but got it working well enough in the end. I suppose it's kind of a productive day. Yeah, trying not to stress, because I know this week is going to be utter hell. The storm before the calm. Well, hey, if everything
That's a
turns out all
gardenia
right.
bush. Laura would place one in her hair if we came here. There are no blossoms on that bush, unfortunately.
Yeah, there are no blossoms on it because your wife kept stealing the blossoms. We got kicked out of the park. Imagine if everybody just came and yanked a gardenia. Yeah, hopefully not the storm before the storm. Too much storming going on.
There's a gardenia in bloom. Laura would place one in her hair if we came here.
That flower might jog some memories.
This isn't the groundskeeper who's going to come yell at us for stealing
Don't
the
you pick
flowers.
that flower, sir.
What? And how would that change your day?
Rules is rules, sir. Flowers are here for everyone's enjoyment, not picking.
Listen, I need that flower. I'll pay for it if necessary.
You'll pay, all right. The fine's £2,000.
Hello?
£2,000.
Hey, don't take that.
Damn it. She's run off with the gardenia I need.
Hey, no worries, dog. And also, I ended up doing it obscenely late, but it was pretty fun. We played through a couple games. Yeah, love the variety of those haunted PS1 games. Yeah, £1,000 fine. That's a bit exorbitant. Is that really how things are in Britain these days? By these days, I mean 2010. I don't know. Perhaps Techie Rob or Hell of Ditties will wander through and we can ask them. Alright. Paved path. Have we been down there? Yeah. First we catch that vile whelp. And then we, I don't know. How do we deal with the groundskeeper? It can't be bribed for a reasonable sum. Those one talk children out of flowers. Wish we had Sam here. She'd find a way to get it.
What game are you playing? It looks like fun. Cat got your tongue?
Chatty little bladder.
That's a lovely flower. Did you get it here in the park? Can I see it? What's your name? Mine's David. You can tell me. Is it Elizabeth? Anne?
I'm going with queen names. Guinevere? Yeah, he's got to think about how this looks. Does my mask scare you? Would you like me to take it off?
My mask is scary looking, isn't it?
What's it for?
It's something like a bandage.
You've got an owie.
That's right. A big owie.
How did you get it?
That's rather a long story, I'm afraid.
And not a cheerful one. Yeah, that was my thought when we first saw him, the Phantom of the Opera. But no, we got to play as him in, yeah, we first got to play as him in Chapter 3, and now again in Chapter 5.
What's your name?
Where did you get that mask?
I had someone make it.
I was going to say Spencer's.
Because I couldn't find one I liked.
Oh, hey, Techie Rob. Thank you so much for the subscription. Wow. 24 months. How are you doing tonight? Or this morning? You guys, please go check out Techie Rob, who is a retro streamer. Streams a lot of old console games and some PC games. Wow, 24 months. Really appreciate the support. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Right. You were playing Gabriel Knight and we're playing Grey Matter, both by the same designer. That's right. I'm seeing a lot of people playing Gabriel Knight games recently. Yeah, but you might know this, Techie Robin. We just tried to filch a gardenia from the park, and the groundskeeper said it's a £2,000 fine for picking a flower. Is that really a thing in England, or is a little bit of an exaggeration there? Yeah, my pleasure.
Do you like ice cream? Maybe I could trade you an ice cream for your flower.
My mum wouldn't like it. I scraped my knee once and got an owie. How do you wash your face?
A Gabriel Knight. Playing Gabriel Knight.
What about if I give you a new shiny pound for your flower?
Do you know any tricks? How do you wash your face?
I can take the mask off when I need to.
Here, you take it off now.
No, sweetheart. I can't do that.
Yeah, maybe we should. Oh, understand, Techie Rob. Yeah, we don't want spoilers because it is a really good game, and yeah, hopefully you'll get to play through it. I've been really enjoying it. Great characters. I mean, I don't know. If we had the option, maybe we should just take the mask off. She drops the flower and runs away in terror.
Will you show me your flower?
How did you get your owie?
It was a fire.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
Laura, I can't do it. I can't get that flower. Ow!
What happened? Did somebody throw something at him? His name is Gabriel and he is a knight. We trade her an apple? Oh yeah, we're just carrying around ice cream. Or a lolly, as they call them in Britain.
You mentioned tricks. A beautiful princess I once knew taught me how to do this. Watch.
Oh, wow.
Higher, do it higher.
Shall I? All right. Watch this.
Uh-oh, here comes Mama.
Rebecca!
I was just showing her a trick.
I'm trying to steal her flower.
Well, that was pleasant.
Mummy! 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 Oh, let me go back and see the man. I like him.
Oh, Mummy just wandered off. Oh, she gave us the gardenia. Nice kid. Nose and a tongue. Got it. We're gonna have to get a recording of Santa Lucia, though. Oh, another bush.
That's a gardenia bush. Laura would place one in her head.
I love how there are two gardenia bushes that have no flowers and one that's in bloom. Because people keep stealing flowers from the other bushes. Only 2 exits from the fountain. Oh no, the bridge. We haven't been to the bridge yet, have we? Oh no, that was the bridge where we started, right? Oh, maybe a good feeling of it. We're never going to get touch.
Laura loved that fountain. We sat on that bench for hours. Laura was the only person who could ever convince me to relax.
No way to interact with the fountain. I think we've been to every area of the park.
They rent boats here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hello again, you two. Don't mind me. Just passing through, terrorizing little girls and offering them ice cream. It's just me, or there's some dark clouds. I think we've seen a recorder of some kind, because I think we're going to need to get a sound recording of Santa Lucia to listen to. Wouldn't be anything in here, would there? It's more likely to be down in the lab. Wait, none of those paintings are Laura's, are they?
Laura's paintings of Timmins Park. Laura's paintings of Timmins Park. Laura's paintings. Laura's paintings of. Laura's paintings of Timmins. Laura's painting.
Oh, yeah, zoom in. I mean, that's clearly a boat on the lake. That's some kind of massive tree. That's, I don't know. Some guy, I think, unless it's a statue. It might be a man playing the bagpipes? It's hard to tell when you zoom in enough. It's like, it's less distinct.
Laura's painting.
Let's try to look at the clock. think next is use the machine.
I wanted to get those things done today. I wanted to get those things done today.
It's weird they don't let you zoom in and out on the whiteboard since they do on the books. RNG device.
What is it, Laura? Keep going, darling. Give me a few more letters. I'm not sure what Laura's trying to say, if that is indeed Laura.
Which is, it's important to remember that.
The dialogue generator is set correctly. I'm hoping Laura will be able to use it to communicate. I'm not sure what Laura's...
I'm just trying to think of it. It's all set up. What do we need to do? Just rereading this because it's been a couple weeks since we've messed with the RNG device. I hope to allow subjects to build short words or phrases using the power of their mind by focusing on one letter at a time on the tray and trying to make the letter they want to appear. After some trial and error, I found the settings that worked best. Where's that? Oh, wait, yeah, this was explained. I think that's how we set it up before. did not remember what to do. I didn't think you'd control it through that. You're right, that's just Sam writing up the experiments. Or the incidents, I should say.
I'm not sure what Laura's trying to say, if that is indeed Laura. The dialogue generator is set correctly. I'm hoping Laura will be able to use it to communicate.
I should be focusing on the tank. Right.
I can't go in there now.
I guess we should go back to the park and try to... We didn't interact with these. We're in a boat. Perhaps now it'll let us go out in a boat. That was when he smelled the gardenia, it brought back part of the memory. It looked like she was floating in a boat on the lake. Yeah, that's the boathouse. Yeah, when we licked the popsicle, it gave us a cutscene too. Yeah, see, now we can talk to this guy.
I'd like to rent a punt, please.
£3, you can take number 12.
We're being utter slugs today. The sun feels amazing.
Some of us are more slug-like than others.
You're such a curmudgeon.
I was referring to myself, of course.
What's your schedule this week, darling?
The usual, nothing earth-shattering.
Good. I was thinking we might go to the cottage this weekend.
We could leave Friday.
We're being utter slugs today. The sun feels amazing.
Some of us are more slug-like than others. I'd love to go to the cottage this weekend. I might be able to arrange it so we can leave Thursday night.
21st October.
I'd love to go to the cottage this weekend. I might be able to arrange it so we can leave Thursday night.
The sun feels amazing. A student, David. 21st October.
Student. One of the students in the experiment.
The water is calm today.
I think we're ready to go in the tank now. I think we might be. Suppose we have a CD of Santa Lucia.
Laura loved to work at the dining room table, and she had to have music while she worked. I haven't listened to it since she left.
I mean, let's try getting in now.
I can't go in there now.
21st October. I have the old date book here.
I suffered some memory loss around the time of the accident. The appointment book isn't helping. But if something unusual happened, perhaps I mentioned it at dinner.
If I did, Simon Helborn might remember.
Headley, BF. Lecture, office hours, lecture. Yeah. That'll be Simon. Oh. Yeah, those are some long lectures. few classes that were pretty long like that, even in undergrad.
I want to call Simon Helborn, but I don't remember the number. I have his card around here someplace.
Yes, well, maybe it's time you got a cell phone. Useful things.
David, can I get you something?
No, I'm fine.
Thanks, Mrs. Dalton. I've had my breakfast. It was an orange ice cream lolly.
Simon's business card with his phone number. Hello, David Stiles speaking. Fine, thanks, Veronica. Is Simon available this afternoon? It's urgent. Okay, thanks. Goodbye.
Oh, we're just going to head on over. What bother with this chatting on the phone thing?
David, I couldn't believe it when my secretary said you were here. How are you?
Simon, I need your help.
This is quite an office.
I've offered it a
Love
million
it.
times. Anything.
We had dinner the night before the accident. Amanda, Laura, you and I. Do you remember?
Of course I remember. That was the last time we saw Laura.
Well, I don't. I can't remember anything from that day.
It's not unusual for
The
trauma
forgotten
to cause
memories are
memory
not
loss.
lost.
Yes, I know. Do you remember what I talked about at dinner? Did I mention any of my students?
Not that I recall. Why? What's this about, David?
Damn. What about Amanda? She might remember something.
If it's really important, I could try hypnosis. I've had pretty good success helping patients recover.
Streamer,
memory.
streaming game on stream. Streamer, I'm afraid. Streamer,
Can
you
we
must
go-
pause with stream. Streamer got a raid. Here's a raider leading raiders. Welcome raider, welcome raiders. Are the raiders
Cobra
alligators?
Commander.
Raider, grackle. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? How was the rest of your stream? I was hanging out there. You were playing some Donkey Kong. You guys, please go check out Cobra Commander, who is a retro streamer. Plays some action, some RPG, some adventure. Always really enjoy her streams. And welcome in, everybody. I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a legally blind retro and variety streamer who plays mostly action and horror games, but a wide variety, and quite a bit of horror. And tonight we're playing Grey Matter, which is a rather creepy adventure game by the same developer as the Gabriel Knight games, which are better known. And we're a little more than halfway through the game and very much enjoying it. And hey, who else is here? Rocket Kev, welcome in. Yeah, Jane Jensen, exactly. If the Gabriel Knight games are as good as this one, I really do need to get around to playing them. Yes. Yeah, it's got a great story and great characters. And what else are you playing tonight besides Donkey Kong? So right now we're playing this neurobiologist who's trying to find out more about his wife's death and believe her spirit is sticking around and is trying to help her stick around or come back. Hopefully not too full of crazy shenanigans. We try not to get too wild here. On occasion. Oh, you're doing a comparison of Donkey Kong on a bunch of different systems. That's cool. To see how they compared and how they were different. Oh, that's fascinating. Yeah, you should see the one on the Super Nintendo. Now that's quite different. I mean, I don't remember riding a rhinoceros in the arcade version, but never got past this third level, I think. So we're just talking to this other doctor who we saw shortly before the accident that killed our wife, and he's bringing up the possibility of hypnotizing us to help us remember anything at all.
If you like. Lie down on the couch. All right, David. I'm going to have you relax. Fully and completely relax.
Establish only Laura can make me relax.
Let go. You're waking up now. Slowly waking up. And it's the morning of October the 21st. You get out of bed. What's the first
That's
thing
such a
you
cool
do?
concept, Cobra Commander. Examining different classic retro series. Well, who knows what the future holds?
Laura and I made love.
Did you?
No. I can't remember. Wish we had. I ate breakfast at the house.
What did you have?
I can't remember. That's not right.
I assume you had breakfast.
I took a shower.
What did you think about in the shower?
I was in a foul mood. I don't know why.
You showered and got dressed. What did you do after
Stand
that?
got darker,
Did you have
didn't it?
breakfast?
Oh, right. Oh, Hadley BF.
I had breakfast with Headley, my dean.
Where was this?
Neat.
At Dread Hill House? A coffee shop? The university?
Did it say in the date book? Probably at the school.
We ate at Christchurch Hall. Nothing's coming up.
Take your time.
Hello, Ephraimi. Welcome in. It's a really interesting adventure game which follows a young magician who works for this neurobiologist, and the neurobiologist who we're currently playing as he tries to do different experiments to connect with his dead wife and also understand more about her death. Yeah, it is a really fascinating game. So many great touches.
We met at a coffee shop in Oxford.
David, don't let it upset you, sir. The only people who read that journal are the most conservative scientists, people like Linkweller himself. And they already dislike you. Well, it's true. Original thinkers are bound to have their critics. Don't let it discourage you.
I remember. Linkweller's rebuttal had just come out the day before. That's why I was upset and why I had breakfast with Headley.
Right. You mentioned that at dinner. Now we're both remembering. Very good, David. Now you're leaving the coffee shop. What did you do next? Did you have classes that day?
As the infant matures, we see that connections that will last a lifetime are vital message passageways that carry... Yes, it was a lecture.
On what subject?
In case anyone's wondering, this is what watching Windows Media Player and listening to music in the Windows XP era was like.
Neural connectivity in infants. Yes, I'm sure that was it.
Did anything happen during the lecture? Anything to do with the student?
A single brain network can involve billions of neurons. Multiply that by... Yes?
Ah, so you're suggesting I could levitate or see through women's clothing? If only I'd needed to do it when I was...
Twitch viewer. Oh, thank you for the follow, Rocket Kev. Welcome to the community.
3 months old. Wow, How about teleporting to Mars?
Would someone like a W on his transcript?
I don't know about those particular skills, Andrews, but one skill you apparently needed at 3 months' end was the ability to pointlessly interrupt. As I was saying, despite the extraordinary number of neural connections that we do form, there are still... There was something... One of Linkweller's cronies. I was annoyed, humiliated by the time I left class.
It's all right. Try to remember the emotion without reliving it. What did you do after class?
I think we had office hours after the first lecture. Only glance at the date book. Oh, yeah. Those visuals were kind of neat. And old Windows Media Player. Agreed, Efremi. I saw Vista once. If XP and 7 are where it's at, let me tell you.
I had office hours. There's something. I'm feeling very anxious.
Take a deep breath. This is just a memory. It's not real. Try to watch it impersonally.
There's someone at the door.
You don't have to continue.
No, I do. I said... Enter. Yes? What can I do for you?
Who is it?
I only see a figure. A wild figure.
Is it a student?
I think so.
It's hard to tell.
Female. It was a female.
All right, very good. Relax. There was a female student standing in your office, and she said...
I'm Dr. Stiles. What do you want?
I read your article. I have this thing, this power.
Oh, and what power might that be? Outbound flight to Mars?
I thought you could help me. You were the only one who would understand.
Yes, well, apparently not. It's been very amusing. You may leave at any time.
David, are you all right?
Oh, my God. I thought it was a prank. Laura, she remembered.
Laura, what are you talking about? What has this student got to do with anything?
I can't explain. Thanks for the help.
But David...
Hey, Tondagasa, welcome in. How are you doing? Please, guys, please go give Tondagasa a follow. Who's streams a wide variety of retro games. His streams are always a lot of fun. I often lurk there in afternoons at work. Yeah, my pleasure. So now will we be able to?
I can't go in there now.
Right. Donkey Kong 64. I've never played that one. 7 to 11, that's quite a long dinner. Right. Yeah, I can see that now that you say that, Efreemi. The similarities to hidden object games, but this is more of a full game. But the cutscenes have much cooler graphics. Characters have more personality. Oh, so you haven't really tried Donkey Kong 64 yet? Some of those hidden object games are particularly fun. I've played a couple of them. If you could explain.
I'm Dr. Stiles. What do you want?
I read your article. I have this thing, this power.
Oh, and what power might that be? Outbound flight to Mars?
I thought you could help me. You were the only one who would understand.
Yes, well, apparently not. It's been very amusing. You may leave at any time.
Interesting, he's wearing different clothes in the game and in the cutscenes. I wonder if I was supposed to put on a sweater before I left the house. He's clearly wearing something light-colored now.
I don't need to make a new video log, right?
I mean, click on just the camera, but... this desktop looks more like Vista. Yeah. Mistake many people made. That's all it said on the whiteboard, right? The thing to do would be try and figure out who the student was. And we can
There's nothing else
Ramuskin
Ramuskin can tell me.
No.
Nothing I want to hear, anyway.
Yeah, he'll just talk about the afterlife.
David, can I get you something?
No, I'm fine. Have you seen Samantha? I need to speak with her.
No, she's probably at Oxford.
Why is she never around when a person bloody well needs her? What are you looking at? I'm paying her salary, aren't I?
I never said a word. I did notice that you've gone out quite a lot today. You mustn't overdo it. See how it upsets you? And with Sam in the house and other things. You mustn't push too hard.
I don't plan to make a habit of it.
In the house, you mean? I'm trying to figure out what the game wants me to do at this point. I don't think there's anything in here. There's a female student who was around at that time. I mean, there's only one who fits that description.
I'm no longer tripping over files every time I cross the room. That's a relief.
At least Sam did something right. It's in England, Freebie. Fairly near Oxford.
It would take hours to look through all the data. I need to zero in on a specific time.
Didn't think of that. Oh, Sam's report. I think I noticed that earlier. Experiment 1 was 11:30. Experiment 2 was 11:40. To 11:45.
That's about what I'd expect.
Good thing he's a neurobiologist and he knows how to interpret all these colored clouds of the cranium, because I sure don't.
It looks normal. Sam's brain appears to be functioning as expected, surprisingly.
He really does not like Sam.
That looks right. Nothing unusual in Helena's scan. It looks normal.
Yeah, we can change the zoom too. Yeah, it's not the zoom, it's seconds, I see.
What? What is that?
Huh?
I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if it could have been a power surge. Promising, but it doesn't leave me much data to work with. I'll switch to my older MRI equipment tonight. It should be less sensitive to power spikes.
It's all dark.
I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if it could... Promising.
Maybe he's going to say the same thing for each, though.
I've never seen anything like that. Promising, but it doesn't leave...
Session 2. Oops.
That looks right. That's about what I'd expect.
We were waiting for them to turn dark.
What?
Here we
What
are.
is that? I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if it could have been a power surge. Promising, but it doesn't leave me much data to work with. I'll switch to my older MRI.
The same thing.
I've never seen anything like that.
Is that all we need from the computer?
Whatever it is that happened, it happened the same way both nights. That rules out a glitch in the program.
Is that the new electroshockometer? Nice.
Anybody know the whereabouts of Miss Everett?
Little Miss All for One and One for All. She's done a disappearing act.
Sam does seem a little unreliable.
I'm sure she has a good reason. She went to enough trouble to get us here tonight.
Never mind, we'll proceed without her.
That's not very scientific. Too many
Close your
variables.
eyes.
Right, I forgot she was staying in the gym to watch and see what was happening. Oh, you too, Cobra Commander. Thanks. Hope you have a great night. Appreciate the raid. It's good to see you. 1:35. Wow, the weights are all stacked in one big pile.
Samantha!
Uh-oh. Rabbit escaped.
I found that in my bed this morning. If that rabbit's not careful, he's going to end up as a pair of bunny slippers.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. He must really like you. He's never gotten in bed with anyone but me before. He's not that kind of rabbit.
He's not going to be any kind of a rabbit if he does it again. And you? Where were you last night? I realize that you are not a scientist, Samantha, but there are such principles as test conditions. How on earth can I conduct a valid experiment if I can't even keep something as basic as the test subjects the same every night?
I'm sorry. I thought I could get home on time, but I got delayed and...
I mean, how are the other students to take this seriously when you, my assistant, come and go as you please? Do you think... What is that? What a goose egg. Are you all right? What happened?
I'm fine. I fell down some stairs yesterday. I had to sit for a while. That's, why I was late.
Any double vision? Headache?
No, I'm fine, really.
Well, I think we should go to the hospital right away.
Please, I really don't want to do that. I'm fine. Look, is there anything specific you wanted me to do today?
Actually, there was something. How well do you know Angela and Helena?
Not well. Do you have any reason to suspect them?
Yes. But don't ask me what. I don't have time to explain it. I'd like you to research their backgrounds. How long they've been at Oxford, where they were before, and anything else you can find out. And I'd like you to go over to the weight room and see if anyone saw someone lurking about the place last night.
Okay.
Report back to me later today. And you're not off the hook for last night. Don't do it again.
This is Dr. Mean Nice.
Helena and Angela? You better stay put, Houdini. I think you're running out of chances with the big guy.
Yeah. Might be having a Rab Salsan for lunch tomorrow, you know, Houdini. One never knows. So this is... Chapter 5 seemed fairly short. What time is it? God, it feels like not that long of a stream, but I started late. Damn, OBS crashing from the camera and stuff. Yeah, you know, maybe I should call it a night. I hate to, but it is. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here, and I got work tomorrow, and then I'll have to be up really early because I'm meeting with the showrunner before work on Tuesday. Yeah, damn it. I guess that shows you I'm enjoying the game, because it's like I don't want to go to bed and have dull old dreams and then go to dull old work. I want to continue playing the game. But, nah. I think I better not tonight. I was initially thinking I would try and get through a chapter and a half, but... I mean, there's no way I can finish this before I have to go back home for the holidays, so... yeah, I know I'll continue playing Grey Matter on Wednesday, assuming I still have time to stream. And then Saturday we'll do more short horror Saturday, and I think we'll probably play a bit more of the Haunted PS1 demo disc 2021. And then Saturday night, I'm taking the red-eye flight back home, and so I'll be there for a couple weeks. But the good thing is, all my games are there too. My massive collection, because I can't fit it in here. So I'll see if I can transfer Grey Matter from this computer to my laptop and try and finish it. Or just finish it in January, I don't know. But I know it's December going on, so when I'm back home I will try and play some DOS games. And thank you for the contributions to the challenge, Tondagasa and Techie Rob. Really appreciate it. We might make that community challenge yet. Yeah, that's what's coming up in the immediate future, and I don't know when we're going to start another longer game. Oh, thank you, Dangerous Dave. Appreciate the contribution. Yeah, this next week's going to be crazy busy at work, but after that I get 2 full weeks off, and then I get to work remotely for a week, so that'll be nice. Alright. I think those are all my announcements. And I'll be trying to figure out what the issue is with the camera and OBS crashing. I posted on the OBS forums, haven't gotten any responses. Maybe I'll ask around in Discord too. Somebody's got to know. Okay. Who's still online? Ooh. Pixel Turkey's playing Gabriel Knight 2. Blood of the Sacred Father Beast, or whatever it's called. Oh, Seraphine's is streaming. Because he was going to retire. Oh, maybe this is his final farewell stream. Aw. Now we should go say hi to him. He's been a great friend to the channel. And thank you, Efremi. Really appreciate the contribution. There we go. Once again, thank you everybody for coming to hang out. I wish I could stream longer and spend more time with you guys enjoying Grey Matter, but to be an adult who has to earn their money, employment, jobs, the gas bill, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, good to see you here, Freemy. And I appreciate all the chatters, and I appreciate all the lurkers. And thank you guys for the raids and the subs and the new follows tonight. It's really kind of y'all. And just as a reminder, you can find me on Twitter and MySpace, where I post stream announcements and polls and random nonsense. And you can find VODs of my past streams up on YouTube. Oh, I hope that everybody has a good night, doesn't wake up to rabbits in your bed. And oh yes, I'm on MySpace, Nukem, and you guys should follow Nukem too. Let me give you a quick shout out. Your MySpace and Twitter are the only ones I do. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good night. Say hi to our friend Seraphines. Oh, my pleasure. And I'll see you guys back on Wednesday for presumably more gray matter.